students, let's continue with the Bresenhams line algorithm. So in the previous video, I just given introduction part of the Bresenhams line algorithm. So I said it is an efficient method that uses to perform the line operations very rapidly and very quickly. The lines can be generated quickly. Okay, so here we are not using the incremental approach like DDA. Here this method is use the next pixel that is selected based on the least distance between the true line. So I already explained what is the decision parameter. Based on the decision parameter, it's a greater than 0 or less than or equal to 0. You are going to take TI or SI. Okay, now let's see the algorithm. Step 1. Step 1, first let's start accept the start and end points. You need to accept the start and end points, that is the x1 comma y1 and end points are x2 comma y2. And step 2. The step 2 is finding the decision parameter. Finding decision parameter. So if you find the decision parameter value, then it is easy to find which value you need to be taken, which closest value, which value is the closest value to the true line. So how you are going to calculate the decision parameter? The formula for this is di is equal to 2 dy minus dx. So just remember this formula for calculating the decision parameter. Okay, so here dx is equal to, it's nothing but x2 minus x1 and dy is nothing but y2 minus y1. Okay, so this is the formula for calculating the decision parameter. And next, step 3. So what is step 3? Suppose if di is the decision parameter is greater than 0, then what you have to do? You have to take di plus 1 is equal to di plus 2 dy minus 2 dx, and here xn is equal to, that is x increment value is the next point. X increment value is equal to x1 plus 1 and y increment value is equal to y1 plus 1. So this is y1 is the previous value, x1 is the previous value. So this has to be plotted on the graph. Plotted points. Step 4. Suppose if di is less than 0, if it is, let's take it is less than 0, then what I have to do? Di plus 1 is equal to di plus 2 dy only. The next decision parameter is di plus 2 dy, and here the xn is equal to x1 plus 1 and the yn is equal to only y1. No need to increment the y1. You just accept the whatever the previous value that is there. When it is less than 0. Less than 0 means below true line. It is present below true line. Greater than 0 means above true line. Above true line. So just remember this point. So with the help of this algorithm, you are going to find out solve the problems. Means we are drawing the line segment by using the starting and end points. Starting and end points by taking with the help of the decision parameter. Okay. So before going to the example, I want to explain you the advantages and disadvantages in this algorithm. There is a Bresenhams line algorithm. Let me explain you the advantages. What are the advantages of using this algorithm? The first one is it involves only integer arithmetic. So it is simple. It involves integer arithmetic. That if you are using only integer arithmetic means it is very simple. If you use a floating points, then you will it is very complicated. The floating points means you have to be round off and it takes lot of time to calculate. Okay, so in Bresenhams line algorithm, only the integer arithmetic values will be there, and it avoids the generation of duplicate points. Generation of duplicate points. And it can be implemented using hardware because it does not use the divisions. So it can be. So whereas in DDA you can't apply the division technique there, but here you can, hardware technique, you can't use the hardware. Only for the software purpose you can go, you can use this DDA algorithm, but Bresenhams line algorithm can be implemented using hardware. It can be implemented using hardware also. Not only the software, hardware also can be used to implement this algorithm. But DDA can be implemented only using this software. Okay. So why it can be implemented using a hardware? Because it does not use the division. And it is faster when compared to the DDA. Why it is faster when compared to the DDA? Because it does not involve floating point calculations like DDA algorithm. So it uses only the integer arithmetic. You don't use the floating point algorithm. Now let's see the disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of using this Bresenhams line algorithm? The disadvantages, this algorithm is meant for basic line drawing algorithm. It's meant for basic line drawing algorithm. Line drawing only. So that is the main disadvantage. Here the initializing is not a part of the Bresenhams line algorithm. So to draw the smooth lines, you should want to look into a different algorithm. Okay. To draw the smooth lines, okay, you just prefer another algorithms rather than using this Bresenhams line algorithm. It is only meant for basic line drawing only. Thank you.